life like an Aurora shouldn't be.
Yeah, you can get punished, right?
Ruby.
That's Ruby Rome.
Yeah, this is an answer to the Cho, answer to the Harith, but Ruby like
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Taking them through the ringer. That's what Aurora's done, and it looked like it was almost done business the previous game.
Looked like a 4-1.
Looked like at that point, but hey, that's not the case because now we're here in Game 6, and you got to give it up to Aurora for what they did. They dug down, made it work, and now with this lineup, Leo, I like both of them, and I have to agree with Renmar. At this point, I'd say 50-50 because both of them have their strengths in the early game, and both of them have their strengths as the game scales up. Look at this, too. I mean, even in essence, this is Renegade picking up the Cho, which he loves to use. Should be able to get out. Kirk charging up the Unbreakable, but won't find anyone.
I'll tell you now, even before that whole skirmish, I'm actually feeling Rora's draft. Especially in that last pick, where it looks like Brusco and Coach Wynot discussed a little too long exactly what the roamer was going to do.
Yeah.
So, Coach, there's a Cho over there. There's an Aurora. What do I do?
What do I do?
Do I take, like, no, BJ, you got a Ruby. And I think it's a solid compromise until we see it pay off. So right now, I'm feeling more Aurora, and maybe we do go to game number 7. 30 seconds until the turtle spawns, lower quarter of the map. So far,
yeah.
Is it just me, or is it because of the back and forth nature of this bout that we've witnessed? But neither team crossing the river too much. Like neither swarming the opposing jungler.
It's a little more like in check, you know, well, except for that. Edward flickering on in. They would have locked him down. They're going to go for Brusco first. Fight still breaking out. Keeping him. That's the Soul Sever we've seen before. This time from King Kong. Looking for more after that double. He's going to start up the turtle here. Renegade just given the vision. I don't think they can do anything about it. Takes a shot from the Queller. Going to get zoned out from Super Prince, and that's the objective secured for FNOP.
Nah, you let King Kong eat. He wants the turtle. He gets the turtle. And Renegade just confirmed the inevitable. Demon Kite now in recovery mode. Just going for his own orange. And then for sure, what happened there, what elapsed in the first turtle, that fight will dictate the pace of the next one. So FNATIC ONIC ahead now for sure. Looking at the gold, a good chunk of it on King Kong. He's now at 600, 700 up. And Brusco, he's just happy to serve. He's just happy to help.
The problem with that, too, there's the pull in. Renegade going to flicker in. Way the Dragon right on Mark, right on Brusco. Flickers in. Relying on the Eternal Guard to peel for him, and Brusco will live. Going back to it, too, again with King Kong. Hold on, there's the jump. Looking for more. Edwards in trouble. King Kong picking up another kill. This is what I was saying. He only had a Fury Hammer, dude. But because the Soul Sever does so much damage, even without items, you get a little extra penetration through. It doesn't matter if you're an Edith.
His kit is what makes up for it. And look at that. Demon Kite can't even mirror the invade. And already Kirk is wailing away at the energy shield. 1,000 gold up. FNATIC ONIC. Just the hero itself. Some would argue that the Alpha is the perfect foil to these high damage, bursty heroes.
Yeah.
But when King Kong gets into a flow like this,
man! Just like that! Look at the damage! That's Big Damn. You can't stop that.
That is the image of Big Damn. You look at Big Damn in the dictionary.
It looks like that. Here's more. Looking for more, and Renegade feels it too. What's going on here for Aurora?
That's Exhibit B.
That's Exhibit B.
And the turtle hasn't even spawned, so this definitely sets up FNATIC ONIC for more wins on the map. They're at 2,500 gold up already. 4 minutes in. Demon Kite just built his War Axe. Edwards in trouble. AOG!
AOG running the mark. Spear of Alfred to answer. Again with the Soul Sever. He's going to jump in under the turret. Kirk finally goes down. They're going to battle it out. They lock down King Kong. Won't get away from the Hitman. Looking to turn the tide here, Aurora. They take a little bit of poke damage. Brusco and Super Prince here, but they might be able to take this turtle.
Huge bounty. Huge bounty on King Kong. And now suddenly Aurora in control. Second turtle going over the Northern Lights.
Renegade just doing work. Keeping him at bay. Might be looking for more. Again with the kick. They go in. Demon Kite Who's he going to be able to get again? He gets pulled this
Oh,
time
no.
by Brusco.
He comes
Could be
back.
in trouble. The Soul Sever going to be used, and Demon Kite left to the whims, and Renegade tries to help out. King Kong still alive. They lock down Kirk. Kirk looking for more, but they'll disengage. This is now a battle in Game 6.
It's a fight. Aurora may have overstayed their welcome, maybe 5 seconds too long, a few feet too deep into FNATIC ONIC's jungle. And what did that get him? Well, to be fair, Demon Kite is closer now to King Kong. What is that, like 600 gold in between?
Yeah,
It definitely was much worse like 2 minutes ago.
He made some big moves, and they had to. Like, that whole thing, the way they responded down at the bottom lane, kind of started them getting back into position. So this is exactly what Aurora needed, because, you know, just a little bit ago, the lead was already ballooning past the 2K mark.
Yep, approaching 3. And with Doming here picking up the Starlium Scythe, I'd reckon Renegade might want to start picking off random heroes hanging out up top and serving up a kill to Doming so that they can make some leeway there. King Kong coming out of the bush. I'm not so sure if FNATIC ONIC knows that there's 4 members of FNOP on the upper quarter of the map. They make a concealed play. Is this wise to try and kill Kirk? He's a chunky boy.
They might try to trade around here. Kirk just going to AOG on out. The turret, though, is going to be taken. Meanwhile, up top, Domeng was forced out of lane, so it's going to be a trade across the map for the tier 1s.
All right. Bottom goes over to FNATIC. Top lane to Aurora. And now they set up for the final turtle. Upper quarter. Brusco and King Kong holding this bush. Renegade slowed down. I think Renegade has to start protecting himself and keeping that kick for when it actually matters.
I think he played the early push in really well. And now we'll see if he adjusts. He's looking to set up here in the mid lane again for the turtle. Edward goes down. There's the kick right on the mark. King Kong could be in trouble. Into the frigid glacier as well. From UA, but Kelra unleashed it on the backside, looking for the pickoff. Everybody's split up though, as Kelra finally goes down. The 2-for-3 trade, but Rora will win the turtle battle as they secure the last one for the game.
What did I say? The next standard is now. And that gives Aurora the final turtle of game number 6. Suddenly FNATIC ONIC's lead, kaput, nada, zip. And they're pushing up top. Bottom lane is still in control.
Yep.
And suddenly, FNATIC ONIC have to check bushes now more often. It's clear that Aurora are in the driver's seat. And I'm not going to say it's all Renegade, but he played a big role. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
He's played a massive role in this. And what you're noticing is he's angling those kicks right on the mark towards UA. A lot of times if he's kicking one, it makes FNOP respond, and then they get set up into a frigid glacier. Like, that is as choreographed as it gets. I mean, look at him right now. He's providing a ton of vision too.
He's fine.
Might actually go in for something, not committing to it. But this is what has to be handled here. FNOP has to be able to go ahead and contain what Renegade's trying to set up.
He forces out so much for so little. It's economically unfair for FNATIC ONIC to respond to Renegade, but that's what he does. That is what the Hitman does best. He did it yesterday against Falcons. He did it the other day against Blacklist International.
Yep.
8.5 minutes in. The Lord is spawning in the upper quarter, and they're making sure that the long lane is
He's gonna
good.
get pulled. I'm offended. They're tired of Renegade dancing in front of him now. King Kong jumping towards UA, looking to crash them down. They'll take out UA in the exchange. Domeng has to pop the Zaman Force, but they'll back off after losing at 2. Demon Kite still in the mid lane, trying to keep things together.
And seemingly, Renegade is the anchor being of Aurora. He goes, UA goes, and suddenly the offensive maneuvers of Aurora are like, all right, we're back in the back seat. We're back in the ropes. And because of that sudden response by FNATIC ONIC, they can't control the long lane anymore. The lane is pushed in.
Yep.
FNATIC has 1,000 gold up. And they have to find a way to get Renegade back into that flow. They have to trick FNATIC ONIC into thinking, we can't do this, not without killing Renegade.
I think this is where you really, again, have to be able to find the mark if you're Renegade. He's going to get spotted out of that bush, so won't be able to play from that angle like he did previously on that last turtle. So still the stalemate right now for this Lord take.
And what makes this such a difficult job for the Hitman is Brusco. I think you keep your eyes on Brusco, and you already know where Renegade has to go. And they can't be in the same spot. If Brusco gets his way and gets a good hook in, that ruins Aurora's entry point. See, look how Brusco's keeping that pixel brush. That's key for FNATIC ONIC to keep this Lord dancing.
All he has to do is sit there too, you know? He's even got that flicker available, so it's a little bit, if he decides to, they want to go for it and go for that pull with the I'm offended flicker, they can. They can actually set it up, but they don't have to. They don't have to force it.
And the only one who can really afford a hook check is Domeng, because Domeng has the Purify.
Yeah.
But if you purify that hook, you're missing out on so many other things you need to purify. The AOG, King Kong stun on a charged surge, Super Prince's ult. It's literally a bad idea. So that's why Brusco single-handedly is also keeping FNATIC ONIC in the game here, in the Lord Dance.
They'll still take the calm approach for it. Gonna go in. Actually, there's the pull into the Eternal Guard. The Spear of Alpha, though, from Demon Kite. Will be able to find two. It's a double for him for now.
Oh.
And King Kong on the defense has to get out. This could be a Lord take for RORA now after a great setup.
Yue was just too much. He dropped bombs, ice bombs, blizzards on FNATIC ONIC, and that led to a Lord score. Couple of kills too. And I thought it was a good engage. I could have sworn Brusco was going to change the tide of battle. I thought Super Prince was going to drop a good ult.
Yeah. This was, again, a showcase of the patience that RORA has to play around with. Even if it's not Renegade starting those fights and starting them up, if they just respond the correct way with the tools they have, with this lineup against Brusco pulling them, then they can win those fights because it's so devastating. No matter where FNOP goes with this lineup, if they're bunched up, they get frozen, and then a Spear of Alpha or vice versa, it's really difficult to escape that kind of setup. And so how do they approach that fight?
What's worse for FNATIC ONIC is they actually want to keep fighting. They actually want to keep playing footsies. But the fact that Aurora hide themselves so well makes it difficult for Kirk and Brusco to find a sure hit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Kirk's stacks on the Thunderbelt.
Oh, look at the junglers.
It's looking lethargic. I'm pretty sure that's at single digits right now.
Both junglers just handling up that far lane up top. Lord slowly making its way down the bottom. We're going to have to keep an eye here on King Kong. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to look to actually sandwich off RORA? Lord finally being worked on here by FNOP. Looks like he'll just get the call to go back to base. They defend for now for FNATIC ONIC Philippines after that Lord.
Despite this being a small lead at 1,500, I think Aurora and FNATIC ONIC PH knows that that's more than the true story. Aurora are controlling the map, and that's allowing them to actually just make plays like this. Whoa!
They're gonna go in, they dive on in, there's the Frigid Glacier again! Able to find two! Brusco and King Kong out of the picture. Renegade holding down the front side, goes in for the kick, gets the Purify out, and again Demon Kite follows through! RORA's looking to cap this one out! They still have to wait for the minions, but Kelra will survive! Not enough minions to end the game, but RORA, do they want to still go? It's all Kelra left alone here.
10 seconds.
The minions marching in, and RORA sees Game 7 in sight, and they'll take us to it. Game 7's upon us for the grand final.
We're going all the way, folks. We're going all the way. It's a new age in MLBB. It's a new age for the Filipinos. And it's these two teams leading the charge, and this is how closely matched they are.